And we are live.
Oh yeah.
Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to another episode of the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 208. Today is Friday, December 21st, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. And we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
10-ish.
Episode 308.
308. Day off yesterday. So no, yesterday we actually did Crypto Blood show, but he actually pre-records, and we thought they were gonna be live. We weren't sure, but it was a good show. It was about an hour-long episode. It was pre-recorded around the same time as we do this show. So that was yesterday. That will be premiering today on Crypto Blood's YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So make sure you check that out. We're gonna throw that on our channel as well.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, he's in the house as well. So Crypto Blood is here. A lot of good insights on the market. So make sure, again, 3 p.m. today Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Check out Crypto's Blood YouTube. He'll be dropping that video. It should be some good stuff. We talk crypto in the market.
A whole lot of good stuff.
And everything else in between.
Oh yeah.
All right. Other than that, do we have any crypto coin winners today?
Oh yeah. No official winners from the questions. However, I do want to shout out Tessa Hall as a winner from before. I actually forgot to put her on the list as a winner. So shout out to Tessa Hall.
There we go, Tessa.
In response to a question, it was from a while back. I actually forgot about that. But remember, we won't forget about you. Charge it to our head, not to our heart. So
there we go.
But appreciate you, Tessa.
All right. Good morning, Antonio, Cornelius. As we said, Crypto Blood is in that house.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Hodges, Tommy Brown. There we go, Tommy. I'm finally on time for a live. What's going on, Tommy? Welcome to the live show. It's a lot more fun this time. Antonio said 10 p.m. UK time for UK viewers. There we go. Yeah, so you're listening to us 10 p.m. You can check out Crypto Blood's channel for UK viewers. It's the best thing to do on a Friday night for you to go out, all right? Talk some markets, talk about some money, talk about some crypto, and then head out to the streets for the night.
Impress some girls with your knowledge.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Oh, you are tech savvy, huh? Tony Nolly, what's going on? All right, without further ado, let's jump into it. Top story. Facebook is developing a cryptocurrency for transfers in WhatsApp, according to Bloomberg. As the president would say, this is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook is reportedly making a cryptocurrency for users of the messaging service WhatsApp. Bloomberg reported on October 20th the token will purportedly be used for money transfers made within the app and will focus on the remittances market in India.
Oh, man.
Wow. I bet you they're actually doing this just so they can pay a lot of their staff. Yeah. Because they have all types of call centers and help desks from India. And I mean, that would be so much easier just to actually be able to pay them in that. But what's going on here?
Oh yeah, well it looks like Facebook has basically taken the cue from KCal or Keiko, Line, Telegram. They've all expressed plans to move into blockchain space basically and be able to send money through there privately and securely. The one thing about Facebook though is that it's very, very recognizable in any country, and WhatsApp. Like they said, they have 200 million users in India. Ooh. That'll be an instant bull run if you can use that stable coin to buy crypto, or vice versa, use that crypto to get stablecoin. So it'll be interesting to see, even though we predicted this a while ago. They still haven't actually said they're doing it. It's just the beginning strategic planning stage of it. So we'll see how they actually roll it out and if it'll be available for US, because it may just be India, but they may expand it from there. So
and to be real, it's one of those instances, we talked about this a lot last year or so, about when you start to hear these news from businesses, they probably already have a product. Yeah, they probably already have a game plan, a product. They're just seeing, right now they're testing the market.
Just gauging how you feel.
Right. Let's do a little temperature check. What are people going to feel about this article? Because, we've seen this with many other businesses, like with Abra, Cash App, literally they make an announcement. We're thinking about doing something a week later, then it rose. And it's like, well, I thought you were thinking about it.
Yeah, just dip your toe in.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're diving off.
Well, we had a product just in case you were ready to go. Yeah. We didn't say we weren't ready to go. So I think it's the same thing with Facebook, because if you remember, it hasn't even been a full year yet. They had people going to go work for Coinbase people coming to work for them. I mean, they were clearly involved in cryptocurrency, yet they were denying it. They were doing some of the ghosts, the phantom blocking for videos and cryptocurrency groups on Facebook as well. Although, again, at the same time, they were clearly in bed with some of the likes among Coinbase and stuff. So you can clearly see they're pro-crypto. It was just more for Facebook, Google, Amazon, all the FAMGO, wherever they named the other day.
Fang.
Yeah, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, all these places, they are pro-crypto. It's about they're getting their own market share. So as you can see, as we said, the rich man's ICO is stable coins. And Facebook definitely have a rich man behind it, and he's like, I want in.
Yeah, and I think also, too, this is kind of a media play because they just got caught again with privacy issues, and then this story slides out of nowhere. Like, oh, yeah, by the way, we are doing this. Like, we haven't forgot we've had this privacy slip-ups. Could you imagine all of your information literally being in one spot? The money you have, money you've transferred, and your name, where you lived before, all your past pictures. Good gracious, Facebook.
Yeah, Tonio said they have a product and they bought the dip. And last year, Mark said he was looking into crypto for 2018. Oh, yeah. He's had a full year, and he definitely has a product. I agree with you, Antonio.
Yeah, that's why he's sitting in the Senate looking so weird. He's just like, y'all don't even understand, man.
I don't understand. I can end this.
This is pointless.
Y'all think I was going to let the Winklevoss twins beat me? They can't beat me. That's what Mark really wants to tell everybody. They will lose again.
Yeah.
Come on, Winklevoss.
Like I said, don't trust anybody that doesn't blink. Zuckerberg ain't blinked since 2002.
There it is. All right. Next up, Consensus to lay off up to 60% of his staff.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yesterday, a story came out and said up to 50%. Now it's up to 60%.
Yeah, it's looking bad.
This kind of goes along with that Steam story we did about a week ago, but it looks like blockchain software tech company Consensus may reportedly be making significant cuts to its staff. Technology news outlet The Verge reported yesterday on the 20th. Looks like The Verge is saying Consensus is spinning out startups it previously backed, some of which without financial support. Of course, it's going to affect its actual workforce. So right there, it'll be layoffs or perceived layoffs, as well as their incubator labs, as well as some of the people who work there right now. They're saying it could be up to 50 to 60%, and about 1,200 people there is getting laid off. Wow.
Yeah, and I think this is a good test for companies right now going through a bear market. Most of these companies, this is their first bear market ever as a company, as a crypto company, whatever. It's the first time seeing the value that they had actually depleted. So what I would want to see companies do, like Consensus from here on out, what they should do is put a price point for if the price drops below this, 50% of you are fired. If it drops below this, 10% of you are getting fired. That way, people can start to plan ahead. Like
that's a good point. Wow.
I mean, honestly, if you have 10,000 Ethereum, you're like, all right, if it drops below 5,600, which it was here, as soon as it dropped below 5,600, boom, cuts are coming. If you would have said that in January, then people working there could have already either put themselves in position to work somewhere else, or maybe come up with a solution to maybe, to figure out, okay, well, we're going to lose a lot of money on the crypto side of it. Let's make a lot of money on this side of it. So that would be interesting to see going forward, because Consensus is the biggest probably Ethereum company out there. So if they're cutting, I know a lot of companies are. Right. But that would be tight to put an actual price point. Like, hey, if Ethereum drops below a certain point, half of y'all are gone. So,
and some people who work for them too. So yeah, we gotta check and see how that's all going.
Oh yeah, true.
All right, South Korea regulators indict 3 Upbit employees for alleged trade volume manipulation. Wow. Yeah. Now this is big. Because they're not just messing with the actual trades, It's not trade manipulation; it's trade volume manipulation. And South Korea regulators are probably PO'd because they were thinking about buying that bag. They probably wanted that entire exchange. They took a deep look into it and was like, "Wait a second, this isn't right." But South Korea's allegedly largest cryptocurrency exchange, Upbit, has denied accusations it had manipulated its order book after regulators indicted 3 of its staff. Local English news outlet, the Korea Times, reported today, actually 21st. I already love this story because this is an example of kind of what we say, where we say the government says one thing so everybody believes them, but some of these private companies are swinging back finally, talk about Kraken, and they're like, no, what you're saying isn't true, and you're not going to bully us. Again, we don't know if it's true, but right now, Upbit is telling the government, no, we don't know what you're talking about. We're gonna go get ours back. So, Upbit, which is owned by developer Dunamu, is accused of falsely inflating its volume figures on 3 occasions between October 2017 and December 2018. You know what? In that span of time, of course, we know how volatile the market has been, and I wouldn't doubt it. I don't think it's just Upbit if they did it, but again, I like how Upbit's coming back, saying, no, you guys got this wrong.
Yeah, and I think Upbit is doing exactly, what they should do. However, I will say I think they're kind of caught in this web where they actually did what they said, but so did everybody else. So they're basically like, all right, well, maybe we did, but there's no regulation with everybody else because wash trading is prevalent. I mean, it goes on in every market. people have bots. Bots run the market for the most part for retail, daily traders and whatnot. So Upbit, them doing it, if they did do it, they could basically just point the finger at other people. But I wouldn't snitch right now if I was an exchange owner. I wouldn't start telling on other exchanges because that'd be bad for your business as well.
Right.
But I can see how they could probably be like, hey man, this is unfair, or you shouldn't look at us. But overall, I'm gonna be honest with you, them fighting back, just wait until the bull market starts back. It's gonna be a lot of people saying, you know what, no, I'm tired of this and not listen to you. Upbit, Kraken, like you said, right. All these companies gonna start.
I would say because again, looking at this devil's advocate, who says the regulators are telling the truth? You gotta remember the regulators are literally being corrupt right now. They are putting clamps down and there's legal extortion happening. Yeah. They're basically going to these exchanges and these ICOs like, hey, if you all don't cough up some money for these fake licenses I just made 3 hours before I walked in here, then there's going to be some prison time.
Oh, yeah. So and relationships, too. Like, maybe an exchange owner in Korea is friends with a lawmaker.
That's true,
and they're
too.
like, hey, if you shut down them, we can keep you.
Or a private investor. I lost a lot of my money in this exchange. Do what you can.
Yeah, exactly.
But it looks like the South Korean finance regulator, the Financial Services Commission, they released a statement saying that, quote, I'm worried about investors who may lose money in this market because of exchanges like Upbit. All right, people. Exactly. They're never worried about they're never worried about you.
They don't care about you.
They're never worried about the investor, all right? That is the cloud all cover that they use just in case. Again, they go on saying we need a way to make the market and the industry fair and transparent. Nothing is fair and transparent. Government isn't fair and transparent. Yeah, why is C-SPAN always have an empty government office, a government room? Because it's not transparent.
They don't really care.
I want to know what y'all talked about in the office where you came in here 5 minutes ago.
Oh, man.
But again, in the press release seen by the Korean Times, Upbit came back. They formally rejected the findings, describing them as, quote, totally false. Upbit, as a corporate body, has never liquidated any assets acquired via fraud or used fraudulent assets to make further transactions, company stated, added it will fully cooperate with the investigation. Again, I love seeing this. And this isn't even the biggest boy out there, Wait until they try to bully the Gemini or try to bully the Binance out there, where those guys really have some deep pockets.
Oh yeah, I doubt that too.
I love seeing this. Regardless if they're right or wrong, I love seeing this because we got to keep our governments in check as well, and this is one of the ways to do it. Crypto Q, that's true. When it comes to trading, when it comes to market though, watch out for the coins delisting on Upbit and other Korean exchanges now, because if this is true or has any truth to it, you're right about that. They're like, all right, they about to bring out this magnifying glass. Time to cut some dead weight.
Let's get up out of here.
Hey, let's cut some weight. Let's delete some records. And
if you own any of those coins that delist on another exchange, get rid of it, bro.
That's right. All right, this is a pretty cool story. We always talk about art and crypto. I know it's me, Boss Lady does it. She comes in and out every now and then on our channel. But tiny artwork sold in micro crypto auction for lowest bid of 1 milli Satoshi. Oof. Wow. Who knew it got that low? Yeah. What did 1 milli Satoshi do this time around?
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like the cheapest art ever sold is in the crypto market, and you can't do this in any other market. This is one of the best things about Bitcoin is innovation-wise, there's just some things other currencies can't do. You can't spend less than a cent with actual hard currency or with digital currency in your bank. But with Bitcoin, you can spend less than a penny, which is $0.0000037.
That was a real Ripple price not so long ago, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
Yeah, and that is, like I said, a millisatoshi. So very, very cheap. And, the artwork itself is a black swan collage from details on the United States dollar bill. And this was basically just to show or to prove to people that you can have microtransactions for small things, and you can process them on the Lightning Network, which is, all the craze right now. It's private. It's on a private channel, and you can spend very small amounts if wanted. So good to see there. It just shows the innovation of the market. It's just some things other currencies can't do. So if we can keep flexing our muscles in the crypto market, like, hey, we can do Lightning payments, micro payments, it's nothing they can do. Like Facebook, they have to give in at some point. They're just like, hey, man, we can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is the work from the artist as well. The world's least expensive artwork, as well as one of the smallest minuscule artworks they're calling it. But again, when people talk about micropayments, this is stuff we're saying you can add to streaming services, music, TV or television, internet TV, excuse me. As well as this, even payments. If you had an art piece you want to sell people, you want to sell it to the entire world for less than a penny, you'll still make good money, people. If a large portion of the world is buying it. So that's the point of micropayments, is that you literally get what you pay for. There's no more overinflation because you can't go low enough or the standard price. You can now open your store up to the entire planet and charge a lower price than you would otherwise. So,
man,
super
it's a new
cool.
day, man.
Super cool. And then,
It's
of course,
crazy.
you got Lightning Network in there as well. All right. Brazilian supermarket chain starts accepting cryptocurrency payments. I love this photo. They have like a lady looking at a juice, whatever, with her phone in her hand. You say you ain't buying it. You're a fool. She's trying to Google the cholesterol in there.
Yeah.
No,
You cook grits.
too funny. Oasis Supermercados, a Brazilian supermarket chain located in Rio de Janeiro, has recently started accepting cryptocurrency payments after asking a local exchange for information and training its employees on how to do it. So they are really about this crypto life. According to news outlet Porto do Bitcoin, the chain's clients in Rio de Janeiro will now be able to pay for their things using Bitcoin, Bcash, and Litecoin, according to one of the firm's managers, Douglas Andrade. Wow, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, they've simplified it all the way down to what we always tell business owners. It really said it's really easy. It's like a payment by credit card. The client says which crypto they want to pay with. The operator types in the data, and the system converts that to crypto. Then they just scan the QR code and you're done.
Sounds pretty simple.
Bro,
to
it
me.
sounds pretty simple to me.
Have your phone out already?
Yeah.
You just boom and you walk out with all your groceries.
Yeah.
Is that all?
And that's one of the things that's crazy about the the payment system of Bitcoin. It's so easy that other people stole it and ran with it. I mean, Samsung Pay, Apple Pay,
Right, literally.
Cash App, all of that stuff was built after 2009. If you look at it, they saw something coming. They saw how easy it was and like, well, let's put out our own version just back with the dollar. And now Bitcoin is at a point where it's starting to stabilize enough so people can accept it as currency. So the other payment system is like, well, what exactly do we, we don't have to just use this. So good to see, in Brazil, and I'm sure this will be coming to other places as well. So,
And it looks like they have about 90 employees, 20 of them cashiers, and they said they've all actually been trained to accept it. So again, and the crazy thing about it, I mean, of course it'll take time to get comfortable with it, understand, Satoshis and all that, and have an idea of how much things would cost. So you can kind of eyeball it off the top of your head, and everybody has, a general idea. But I mean, literally, this training probably took like a weekend, people.
yeah.
It's, probably was like a couple 2 or 3 hour sessions. You could probably knock it off all intensive on a Friday afternoon. 2 or 3 hour things, sit everybody down, show them how to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like you said, it doesn't take long. It's easy. And it's unfortunate they did it now. I wish they would have had it there for the Olympics already. That would have been pretty cool.
I know, right?
But again, this is about to become a test bed. There will be other supermarkets and stores trying to figure out these fines. I mean, people are going to ask them, hey, after a full year, a couple years, are you saving money? Is this more efficient? What are some of the roadblocks you're seeing? And they'll come back with those answers, and we'll build from that. The next supermarket will take that, take that sketch of everything they did, and they'll just rebuild it even better. So
Yeah, that's a whole nother industry.
Right.
Yeah, like just being able to show other businesses how to accept crypto because you're a business that accepts crypto. So
Right.
a whole lot that can come out of that.
So Rio de Janeiro Supermercado, whatever it's called, Oasis Supermercados, shout out to you. Looks amazing. Got to go to Brazil just to try it. That is cool. All right, and last but not least, pro-Bitcoin Ron Paul. It's time to abolish the Federal Reserve and embrace tax-free crypto.
Let's go, Ronnie Paul.
Man, you making some remarks that will get you in some big trouble with some people, huh, buddy?
Nah, I think Ron Paul's old enough to not care.
Right.
I think he's literally like, I'm on my way out.
It's time to go.
Let it go,
anyway.
bruh.
Retired U.S. Congressman Ron Paul, a Bitcoin skeptic turned proponent, reiterated his calls to abolish the Federal Reserve shortly after it raised the baseline interest rate a quarter of a percentage point to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%. And again, this is the stuff that they say got John F. Kennedy possibly assassinated. But Ron Paul, hey, he gives none, and he say, I'm going to tell you the truth. Get rid of the Fed and let's go Bitcoin.
Yeah, and he wrote a whole book on it. And he's been talking about it for years. His son is Rand Paul. He's basically said the same stuff. And as far as a free market goes, there is no other currency that they've discussed in the free market other than crypto. So if they do, if they go forward and say, all right, we want to separate from the Fed, first of all, that's going to be a process that if we live to see a process where our country separates from the Fed,
somebody getting killed.
Like I said, that's World War III. I mean, that's all that means. So if we do see that, if we see an amicable move where if they separate but somehow they still get compensated, then maybe we could see something different. But that's not going to happen. Crypto is going to have to be a part of this discussion. That's why we do news, because this is a big part. That's why people like Vinnick and some of these movements in the market, they affect the overall markets as well. So if Ron Paul is saying this, and you got House of Reps trying to get crypto taxes taken away, I can guarantee you one thing: if you are exempt from taxes, if you have crypto, oh man, that will be. You talk about institutional movement. Forget institutions, man. You just got a bunch of rich people that are just going, let me put my money in Bitcoin and let it sit there during tax season at the very least. So
I don't see that happening. I mean, it's possible for it to happen. And literally, all it takes is for people just to stop.
I mean, we got enough custodial.
And not saying we shouldn't, but just again, we talked about maybe coding ways to pay taxes, like having it as an app, because no one likes their money just disappearing and not knowing where it goes. And as far as them switching over, I mean, we have to be realistic. We've seen what the government's capable of. They are taking, grabbing anybody with making any money, especially in this market. So I don't see them letting it happen without the taxes going. But we'll see.
Yeah, I seriously doubt that.
It's pretty cool to see Ron Paul do it because, U.S. senator, congressman, all this good stuff, and these stories don't make it to the mainstream. It makes it to alternative news sites on the internet, like CCM. We report on it, but how quick they forget about their own people when they start talking about something that's not on the script. Again, any other time you have an ex-congressman talking or anything like that, especially one as big as Ron Paul, it makes top headlines everywhere.
You would think.
I bet you if he would have said something pervasive or called somebody a name, it would have been on the front page of the Times, right?
Yeah.
But because he's saying let's get rid of the Fed and let's have Bitcoin, you see it on alternative sites. So that again shows you're heading in the right direction.
You should have said all the buzzwords after he said it. Hey, let's end the Fed.
Blockchain,
Tekashi, Kanye West, blockchain.
Too funny. Tekashi, STO.
Just say it right after the succession.
That is hilarious.
Just to make sure.
We're just going to start doing that at the end of every video. Just throw some buzzwords out there.
Throw buzzwords. Just see what happens.
Oh, man. $1 billion blockchain. Warren Buffett. This thing go up to the top. We get like 4,000 views and we're doing this from now on. Let's see. Harold George said, this micro art lifts my mood with all this talk of a bear market and the stock market, of course.
Yeah.
He's been talking about a federal audit for a time. Yeah, I mean,
he's one of the only ones.
That's what we need. Everybody else is getting audited.
It's crazy though, because like people think editing the Fed is like some dark castle on the hill somewhere. It's like, y'all do understand that this can happen. The only problem with it is it's not enough people that want it to happen or even understand what it means. Because if you told somebody, what's more important to you? What Kim Kardashian wore or an audit of the Fed? I guarantee you, most people. Go with the first one. Even if they don't really care, they just don't know what audit of the Fed means. So it's like, all right, we don't know how much money they have. We got 21 trillion missing, but somehow we 21 trillion in debt. That is amazing, man.
What was even crazier is that, literally, they talk about auditing the Fed and they use the IRS to audit the entire nation and people who are from this nation that live overseas now to try to escape the taxes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've seen the story. We just arrested somebody in Romania. We got Vinnick out in Greece.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you have all these, as they call them, bean counters that can account for 330 million people. However, that same group can't take a week or two and leave the 330 million people alone and just focus in on this private group of 20 that actually controls all of the money.
Yeah.
Very. And that makes way too much sense. But
it's so simple, it's complicated.
While we're on it, let's actually use this story. Last story of the day. Dow Jones falls to lowest level in 14 months as you see the wealthy pull out. So this kind of goes with the Ron Paul. It's all jokes. You don't have to put them on your front page of your mainstream news. And it's all fun until the traditional market takes a hit. Yeah. This is literally the fourth time we've seen, I think the third or fourth time. We saw the Walmart thing about a month or two ago in October. It dropped again at that time, the lowest in like 12 months. Now we're seeing the lowest level in 14 months. literally these are the cracks. It's only so long that ice is going to keep cracking before it breaks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, in a long-term scale, we're going to look back at this time and be like, how do people that didn't see it, they're going to look back and be like, man, how did I not see it? Because we're telling you now, 2008, you know, that was one of the times where people, you know, went through a lot of debt. A lot of people made a lot of money during that time period. Simply shortened. So I would tell a lot of, you know, the crypto people, we're at the top of the market with the stocks, it looks like, but we look like we're close to a bottom for crypto. So, you know, we may have another small dip simply because people want to cash out to pay for things they need. However, they can't hide this much longer. You can't just hide a whole economy. And they always do this.
That's pretty funny.
Around what? Fridays, Christmas time, holidays, you know, if something else is coming up.
I won't be surprised to hear a new regulation get passed tonight.
Okay.
Something new happens late tonight.
Really, I would not be surprised.
Oh, I didn't know y'all go to office that late in D.C. All right, since when? When did that start?
Yeah, and I mean, let's see. While you sitting at home with your parents or with your family on Christmas Eve, Christmas. And,
Christmas Eve, they might release something real quick too.
Yeah, and then all
really
of a sudden,
smooth.
like, I didn't know we was actually in a recession already.
Right.
Yeah,
we actually started on Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Good luck.
Christmas.
Good luck next year. Dylan Darcheville in the building. What's going on? Sergeant Crypto said, "That's why I love Bitcoin and crypto. It has forced me to learn about our financial system. I tried telling people, opening their eyes, but people love being sheep." That last part, that's the disheartening part. People do love being sheep.
Sheep's the slaughter.
And that's the thing. You know, we actually talk about this a lot. Is balancing that, you know, you want to help, you want to show people the way, but it's also, hey, sheep gonna sheep, man. So it is what it is. The wealthy need somewhere to park all that money too. That is true.
Always, yeah.
They about to start building stuff like crazy. When you have a bunch of money and literally there's nowhere safe to store it, hey, it's time to go back to young and dumb. Start spending that. All right, start making some hotels. Start making some restaurants.
They ain't doing that.
Start making whatever.
I can tell you that. Most of them not even liquid enough to do it. They probably so tied up.
That's true.
Probably so tied up in investments. They be like, man, come on, man, come on.
Like, we need this.
We need this, brother.
I don't even work. This is my work. This
Come on,
investment.
brother.
All right. Other than that, for the free crypto coin, what are we doing today?
Oh yeah. So for the free crypto coin today, what do you think about the Coinbase news that they will pay you 0x in order if you learn about crypto? Learn and earn is what they call it. Coinbase Earn. Let us know what you think. Put your crypto coin address, and we'll send those free coins to you. Like I will say before, we've been doing this before with our channel. Basically, the more you learn, we give away free money. I do want to give us a shout out because Coinbase is stealing ideas from us. So give us a shout out for that. Thank you. Somebody's been watching.
There we go. So for the free crypto coin, it's Coinbase is a program called Learn and Earn.
Coinbase Earn, where they give you 0x in exchange for learning about cryptocurrency. So what do you think about it? Will you do it? Will you receive those free tokens? Let us know. And send your free address.
Sounds good. Thanks for watching. As always, have a great week, and we'll see you all next week with more.
I'm sorry. One more announcement. Monday, Bitcoin Starter Guide 3.0 will be coming out. Been working.
Right.
Oh yeah. So anybody that's been seeing how busy I am, I haven't been able to hit you back. That is why I've been working on this for a while. It will be out Monday, just in time for Christmas. So if you have people that don't want to hear what you have to say, if they don't want to read long books, they want a quick to the point manual, that'll be available on Monday. So
this is his third one. First two are great, so I'm sure this one will be just as good, and we'll definitely be pushing that out Monday.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, as always, thanks for watching. Have a happy Friday, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.